talking about you guys were out in the panhandle for a couple days. I can sit here in Tyler and I can see videos of what's going on, but there's been so much devastation. Tell me what you saw out there.
Okay, so the first day that we actually deployed and headed out there, we were put straight to work in the city of Fritch. And our first assignment was to triage homes that had been destroyed, um, and to keep it from destroying any other homes. So when we got there, there was a entire neighborhood or two that just home after home after home was burnt to the ground. I think a rough estimate was around 200 houses that were completely lost.
Yeah, it's these things that you just can't comprehend. And so talk to me about logistics. You guys are a part of several teams from around Texas. Talk to me about these groups that you're a part of.
Okay, so we're affiliated with a group called TIFMAS, which is the Texas Interstate Fire Mutual Aid System. Um, the state of Texas is broken down into different branches. And so what happens is when there's a need, they start calling for resources, and they usually try to you know access resources from a further distance because the local resources are obviously being used already. Um, so when that call comes, when those requests come, they contact our branch coordinator, that's Chief Mike Brown, and he starts gathering teams from our branch. We got several departments that range from Beaumont all the way to Texarkana that participate, and he gathers up a team of 5 engines and a strike team leader, and that becomes a team, and they get sent out.
Mhm. All right, forgive me if I'm wrong. Were you one of the strike team leaders, or am I mistaken?
Yes. So the strike team leader was Stephen Harrigan. He's a battalion chief with Nacogdoches Fire Department, and I was assisting him in the command vehicle. And we had a team of 5 engines, including ourselves. There was 16 personnel and 5 apparatus and a command vehicle.
Mhm. So how many guys from NAC were there?
Uh, Counting us two, there was 4 others, so there were 6 total.
Okay.
Um,
So you talked to me about that first day. You kind of went through those homes. Talk to me about how the days you were there, and how many days were you there, by the way?
we were there, I believe it was 10 days, or the 10th day might have been our travel home. So the first day we traveled there all day. We left at 6 in the morning, traveled all day, received an assignment right away. We worked until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, we got released and we started over again at 6 in the morning. So the second day we got more teams started arriving. There was a new fire that had started, and so they immediately assigned us to that one. And Strike Team 103, which was ours, we were assigned to the Magenta Fire. Um, at the time we arrived, it was about 2,000 to 2,500 acres. And we were able to attack that uh, directly, and were able to hold it to about 3,300 acres. We
Talk to
spent
me
about,
about,
yeah.
excuse me, talk to me about all these guys coming from around Texas to come together and battle this one thing. You just talked about numbers that I can't even comprehend in my head, 2,200 acres, but at one point this thing was over 1 million acres. So talk about
Yeah.
all these guys from over Texas, obviously a lot of guys from East Texas, but talk about that.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been affiliated with TIFMAS, I think, since 2009. So we've worked with all these departments for many years on many different fires. Um, and we're all trained the same skill wise, just from different cities. And when we come together, it's just it's like getting new people that you work with. I mean, they have the skills, and we just kind of fell right into place and started working. When people get assignments, they know what they're supposed to do, and they just go take care of it. We all get along, um, and enjoy helping. And there's various teams from all over. I think on this particular incident in Amarillo area, it was around 20 different strike teams from all over the state. So every strike team has 5 engines and a command vehicle. So that's a lot of people. Um, so the main fire in particular that you're talking about was the smokehouse fire, which was over 1 million acres. But there was about one, two, there was probably 4 or 5 more different fires up there at the same time.
Mhm. Yeah. So obviously, a lot of people back home are collecting all these things to send up there. I don't know how much you can speak to it, but what do these people need out there?
Well, everybody needs something different. You know, the people that unfortunately lost their homes, obviously they need your day-to-day items. You have ranchers that lost cattle, hay, their feed for this season. So they're in a different need, feed and hay and things like that. So it really just depends on where the stuff is going. It's a wide variety of things that people are gonna need that we may not even think about. You know, fencing they got cut or burned, the post got burned down, or anything like that.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, sir, or anything that you feel that I haven't brought up?
I just like to say, everybody that's involved with this entity, TIFMAS, they voluntarily join this group to go assist. It's not a requirement by the state or anything like that to be affiliated. And each department that participates loves to do it. And you know, we'll go out the next time they call for us.